Renata, we're going to start with you. We know that the Marine Corps always has to be ready, and you keep them ready. And I'm sure this technology is ready. So tell us about what you're doing there in the state of the state. I know I hear about strategy, et cetera. I know you've been doing a lot of implementation over there. What's happening at the Marine Corps?
I think what's most important about what we are doing is probably, for me, what are we not doing? There's so much in the secure cloud space that you have to consider, whether that's migration, whether that's assessing, to even, determine if our cloud applications can, function in the cloud, or is there some type of refactoring or even collaborative space where we have to reach across the aisle to our other sister agencies and say, hey, this human resource system we've been using for 15 to 20 years, do you have a system that not only does what we need it to do, but it also provides us with, maybe contracts management. So those assessments are happening, and critical to everything that we're doing when you're thinking about the assessments and the strategy, adopting zero trust, looking at your workforce. We're looking at artificial intelligence and machine learning and trying to figure out how are we going to be able to take advantage of something that has evolved into, ChatGPT is what you're hearing about right now. But there are other models that our sister agencies and our partners in industry are looking at from a generative perspective. And so we're looking at how do we use that system and that technology to close kill webs? How do we use it for a war fighting function? The operational functions are great, and it's definitely valuable there. But we're pushing out to the edge. And in order to do all of that, you have to have a secure computing architecture. And that architecture is not only just based on zero trust, but you can't forget about defense in depth, because when you combine both of those two, now you have a resilient-based model for security. And then the last piece is our governance. You talked about strategy and our policies. We're looking at how we're going to govern all this. We're looking at, how is our authority to operate process going to be effective from a risk management perspective? We are managing someone else's infrastructure. Most of the things we're working on now is not sitting, at Quantico in our data center per se. And so understanding how we're governing and how we are managing our data is a critical piece as well. So we're looking at multiple pieces of the secure cloud architecture, not just diving right in and implementing, but we're trying to go left of bang as well and make sure that as we look at force design, software modernization, those challenges and complexities that we're all on the call today going to talk a little bit about, we're all finding ways to get those lessons learned, but implement and then continuously innovate.